And we're back, and this is, I think, the third week of January. I'm not sure, but all I do know is things have been busy for all of us, so much so that, well, we were all here, but now we're not. But one thing I'm never too busy for, Brian, Mara, TJ, that's comics. So let's start getting into some comics. Let's talk about our independent publishers.
From Image, we have Pretty Deadly #4, which this one has a lot more action, violence-y stuff going on in there. Continuation of the story between Bunny and Butterfly. We have #3, Legends of Red Sonja, and this is the anthology book that Gail Simone and other female writers have been putting together. This one has Gail Simone, Lee Moore, Nicola Scott, Brianna Pratchett. So, some good stuff. No Nightwing booty, though.
Oh, because Nicole Scott?
Yeah, she's just writing now. We have a new #1 from Image, Deadly Class by Rick Remender. I didn't get a chance to read all of it, but what I have read, I really enjoyed. You read it.
That's pretty cool. I read it a couple weeks ago. They sent a preview PDF thing.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a new book that's not a superhero book, this is a good one to jump in on.
Who's the artist on that?
Wes Craig.
That's great.
What's he done?
He did back in the
That's
Advent
familiar.
Landing Day. He did did some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it looks really good.
He worked
It
for
does look
Wild
really
Storm
good.
way back in the day too.
Maybe that's where I recognize it, because that sounds familiar.
Relatively new book, issue #2 of Dead Body Road, which is that Punisher-like story that's not really a superhero story from Image. So, lots of violence, lots of action, and all that good stuff.
This is not a dig at Image at all, but does anyone know an estimate of how many books they're currently putting out? I'm curious about that.
I have no idea.
Seems like they got a lot going on, which is good because the variety they have is
Oh no,
fantastic.
like I said, it's not a dig, but it is. I think the numbers are now definitely noticeable. It has to be nearing 30, correct? I mean, is that?
I mean,
is
I would bet it was more than that.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt that all of these books are going to be ongoing forever, like you assume,
No, I don't
like
think-
DC and Marvel. I think it's more.
I think besides Walking Dead, I mean, what is ongoing?
Invincible?
Saga. He said he'd like to do well over 100 issues.
Oh.
Yeah. But some of
I
these,
thought that in that end.
yeah.
but-
So.
Yeah.
Speaking of Walking Dead, you need to mention it. It's probably the biggest selling book that's coming out tomorrow.
#6,
Except for maybe Batman.
chapter 6 of 12.
Oh yeah, Batman's gonna win. But
Walking Dead, All
Don't
Out
spoil
War.
anything, but Negan dies at the end.
It's not even true.
Yeah. I have
okay. I was going to say you can't say stuff like that.
As far as you know, Negan's not even the story. When's the last issue of Walking Dead you read?
Plus, he's not going to die in the middle of the storyline.
Probably not.
No.
So.
But
I'm not a Walking Dead comic fan. I wish I was. I need to start from the beginning. That's probably why I didn't mention it. 'Cause I just don't know it. But
That's
that
cool.
came out today too. Issue 120.
I just noticed that all of our picks of the weeks are Marvel again,
Well,
which
it's
is
also
fine.
DC.
Yeah,
And it is, I mean, all new Marvel is
Yeah.
right now, so.
I mean, if you buy, we'll talk about that later. Let's get into DC. We got the second to last issue, if I'm right here, of Animal Man. I'm pretty sure it ends with 28, but if not, once again, it's Animal Man.
I don't think
I
so.
think there's a couple of more issues, because the Jeff Lemire issue is just in the last preview, so if not this preview, so there's
Issue
probably a couple
30?
issues.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 is the last one.
It's not many.
No, let us know.
Yeah.
There's not many.
Not my pick of the week, but I don't know, maybe it should have been. It's Batman 27. I'm excited about this comic.
Pick of
And,
the week's way better.
well, it's made me wait a few weeks on again. It's made me wait a few extra weeks because
Gus,
usually
turn your feedback on.
it came out a little bit later than it usually does, but I'm excited about
1
more.
week. I noticed it because you were whining about it last week. I looked. It's 1 week late, dude.
Oh my god, I just saw the last page and I'm so angry. I don't know why I flip in and it never ruins it because I just know the ending. I don't know the story, but still. Here we got Peter J. Tomasi. This is the last issue of the Two-Face story. So if you've been following that, which I know a lot of people have, once again,
Just flip to the end, dude.
I know. I know a lot of people have been worried though about this book ever since Damien left. I know that was 6 months ago or whatever.
No, it's been really good.
Yeah, but the book's been able to turn on.
I dare say I like it better than Batman.
Yeah, it's definitely I think one of the underdog comics over at DC right now, which is stupid to say because it's a Batman book. But speaking of not an underdog, but maybe underperforming, we are still in Forever Evil, guys. And it looks like Cyborg is pulling through, so if you are a Cyborg fan, don't count this guy out. But I don't know if you've read, and once again, I'm sorry if this spoils anything, but Lex Luthor is going to be a member of the Justice League.
Justice League United, formerly known as Canada.
That didn't last long.
I'm picking up that book.
I mean, I'll certainly check it out.
Yeah, it may have like Stargirl and
It's got Stargirl,
Adam Strange.
Adam Strange,
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Who's the other
Lex,
girl?
and who was the other girl? I don't remember.
I don't know. Dang it. Now it's killing me. Oh well, we'll look that up later. But no, it looks cool. And finally, not a bad comic, but also I don't know. I still don't have a good feel of it. We got Harley Quinn #2. It definitely has a good vibe to it. It's got a lot of personality. I don't know. It feels a little bit like
Deadpool?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a little
exactly.
bit.
Yeah, that is the kind of the bummer with it is that
Yeah.
you know.
I like everything about it except the actual content.
Right.
The art is awesome. I like the writers, but I don't know. If it's just a female Deadpool comic, I don't know how long I can read it.
Yeah, and maybe it will move out of that. Who knows? But I mean, come on. Has Harley ever really had a great, solo series?
Yeah, when Terry Dodson was drawing it,
Was that?
it was good. It was,
okay.
I mean, not great, but this is not great either.
No, I know. So I mean, I don't know if
She's a supporting character.
Yeah, I don't know if people really want a Harley Quinn book. I think people want to think they do, but when it actually comes down to it, I'm not sure if Harley Quinn ever can deliver. But all right, well, let's talk about some. It's a lot better than last week's DC pool. So if I'm complaining, it's a little variety. So let's talk about some Marvel stuff.
All right, so all new Marvel Now continues.
Mhm.
First up, we got all new X Factor #2. First issue was pretty cool. Didn't quite get the whole team together, but Gambit and Polaris and Quicksilver are there. I assume Warlock and Doug will show up at some point, possibly this issue.
Yeah.
But it was cool. If you're
I like the art.
Yeah, if you've been reading X Factor since the beginning of time, continue because it's pretty much the same deal, except no Madrox. Next up, we got the Avengers taking a little bit of a storyline from all new X-Men and somehow bringing the original Avengers up. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know how it's going to work, but that is the idea, at least superficially. I bet it's more complex than that, but I bet they're not the real original Avengers or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the last issue of FF.
Yeah, that's sad to see that one go.
I did flip through it the second story that was in Fantastic Four is in this one too.
Oh, okay.
That's how it ends.
Yeah, Bentley's flipping off the camera there. That's not
It's the first
surprising.
thing I saw on the little censored bar
Do you think Mike
over
Allred's
this child's
excited
hands.
about Silver Surfer?
I bet he is if he's read the scripts because
Right.
that preview in
But
point 1 was awesome.
I like what
There's
he's kind of
Silver
showing
Surfer
up. He's
on
kind
it.
of showing
Sure.
up a lot now.
I mean, he's a Fantastic Four character.
Oh,
so
I
it
know.
works.
I know. Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Next up, we got some Wolverine and the X-Men. Wolverine and Scott are teaming up to fight this Shield. The Shield are all throwing Sentinels at them and stuff. So
That's,
that should be cool. Yeah,
That's coming to an end too. I don't know if that's the second to last.
I think there's maybe 42 or 43. I don't remember what
Yeah.
it is.
But it's coming to an end. A great storyline.
But then immediately restarts.
Yeah. So nothing to be worried about there.
And then last up that I've got, because as you said, all our picks of the week are Marvel,
Mhm.
we got X-Men number, what is this, 9?
Yeah.
Continuing the new Sisterhood with Lady Deathstrike and Enchantress and who's the last one? Oh, Typhoid Mary.
Yep.
So,
And small gripe from last week, and I didn't catch this until I was editing the video. Remember how all those X-Men books came out last week?
Mhm.
Like just a ton of them, including
Right,
all new X-Men. You said all of the X books are coming out. All the good X books are coming out this week, except Wolverine and the X-Men. And we forgot that one. Yeah,
Alright.
it slips
It is
past
good.
my radar too. Yeah, but I like that one a lot. I like Dotson's art. So are we ready to do picks of the week? Do you want to do your picks of the week? Pick of the week first?
Yeah, before you have to leave again?
Yeah.
Well, I've got the walkie-talkie, so if I'm needed, I'll know.
Right on.
My pick of the week is Hawkeye number 15. Oh, no, it's Hawkeye number 16.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Apparently, I guess it's Dave Aja that's
I would assume.
running late.
I don't know why. Fractured
So
might
the
be
artist
late.
is alternating every issue, and the storyline's alternating every issue. So 15 is late, but 16 is out. And did they say we're getting 15 and 17 in like the same month?
Yeah, February.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
theoretically.
it won't happen, but whatever.
I don't know. I don't know why it's late, so I don't know.
You just kind of have to go with Hawkeye.
Anyways, I like Kate Bishop. She's the best Hawkeye in the world and the greatest sharpshooter ever. So I'm excited to read this issue.
Isn't it crazy that this book's almost 2 years old?
You know what's crazier? The last issue, the greatest moment was when she bought cat food in a grocery store. So, yay Marvel, yay Matt Fraction.
No, I've been digging it. I've been digging the art, and I've been digging. I don't know. It's a book that I keep going back to. I read Hawkeye back issues over and over again. They're quick and they're. I don't know. I've been really enjoying that comic.
Yeah.
Who hasn't been though?
I mean, who hasn't enjoyed
Yeah.
Matt Fraction's... I mean, this is as creator-owned as it gets.
Yeah.
A public domain character, or not public domain, but...
All right. Create.
yeah.
Corporate character.
And we'll put a plug in here for Odyssey. Do you know when Odyssey comes out?
I'm not sure.
The next Matt Fraction book.
Hasn't even been in previews yet.
Is that the Casanova book, or is that?
No,
book?
it's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
the Odyssey.
It's the Odyssey
Oh.
with gender roles reversed.
So cool!
And
What?
in space, I think. So
And
check it
yeah,
out.
It's
Better!
it's in the future.
Google
at least.
search it. ODY/C. So
But again, I mean, they haven't even put in previews yet, so
Yeah.
it'll be a while. I don't even remember who the artist is at this point.
yeah, I don't know who it was. Hawkeye.
Alright, well, my pick of the week is another Marvel book, issue number 2 of Black Widow. And I chose this as my pick of the week because the first issue kind of had a nice, slow burn kind of start to it. It wasn't in your face, over the top, action packed. It did have its moments, but I think it's going to be a pretty solid series if they continue in that way. Plus, the artwork is just gorgeous. Just
And I know I've asked you, but I probably forgot. I mean, can Noto keep up?
He probably can't do 12 issues a year,
Okay.
but probably would do a story arc and then have somebody come in and either do another story arc or do a couple issues
Yeah.
or something.
If they alternate Bill Noto with Sana Takeda, who did X-23, I'll just be the happiest girl in the world.
That's what they did on X-Force when he did a story arc and then somebody else came and
Yeah.
did it and then he'd go back.
It's great stuff. I've been enjoying that. I enjoyed the 5-page story in the Marvel Now One, whatever it was called. My pick of the week, and not Brian's this time. I don't know when the last time my pick of the week's been an X book, but it is an X book, and it's the X book. Come on. It is The Trial of Jean Grey, Part 1. And correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. This is Jean Grey answering for wiping out a planet.
Well, presumably. I mean, it
Yeah.
is the Shi'ar who come get her.
Right.
That's all I will tell you about the issue, though.
I assume it was, because during the Dark Phoenix saga, she wipes out an entire planet.
She killed the broccoli people.
Exactly. And she's never really answered for that.
Well, she
Well,
did
except when
die.
they killed her.
Well, yeah, but now I like the fact that she's basically now going to be accused for something that she has not yet committed. Maybe.
I know,
Maybe.
and you say that she hasn't answered it. One of the other big storylines that is supposed to come up is that when Chris Claremont came back for a while, he did a story where the Shi'ar came and killed all of Jean Grey's family, all of Rachel's family.
That's right.
So that's another part that I've listened to a podcast, War Balloon, and Bendis says that she hasn't really quite grasped that idea. There's stuff that, she doesn't even know that Phoenix killed everybody,
Yeah.
killed that planet, so it should be pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, you didn't use the line, so I'm going to use it. Bobby Drake will meet a talking raccoon.
Yeah, so I mean, you gotta be excited for multiple reasons. I mean, you're full if you don't pick up this book. One, you get the digital code of the first trade, correct, of All New X-Men. You get a comic that is combining two of the coolest teams at Marvel right now. You get the Guardians of the Galaxy and the All New X-Men, and you get X-23, I assume.
She's in one of the members of the All New X-Men,
Yeah.
Full disclosure, Guardians don't show up to the last page, but
They're on the cover.
Let me ask you this: is this just going to be an all-new X-Men, or is it going to be
No.
in Guardians of the
You
Galaxy
gotta buy
as
the
well?
next part will be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
We're okay with that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you should. Everybody should be buying both books anyway.
yep, and you know the deal. This is X-Men comics. That's what you have to do. You have to.
Well, and it's also Bendis, so it's probably
Yeah.
readable with that. If you were just a fool and don't want to read one of them, you can probably do it and be okay.
Yep. So cool. Tell us, what's your pick of the week?
Mine is All New Invaders #1. James Robinson is writing this book. He's one of my favorite writers. Starman is one of the best comic books that's ever been out. And so when DC finally pissed him off enough to leave, Marvel gave him the World War II heroes, which is pretty much his strength. So
Yeah.
it's kind of strange because they're fighting like Kree warriors and stuff like that, but it should be really awesome. It's Cap, Winter Soldier, the original Human Torch, and Namor, so it's a cool team.
Did he ever do any Justice Society?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I know that. I know.
When they launched JSA, he co-wrote it with
Okay.
was it Johns? Yeah, with Jeff Johns
Yeah.
and David Goyer.
So this is, in a way, kind of that.
Yeah, and Golden Age was
Yeah.
one of his big things, and that's a Silver Age, or
Yeah.
not? Well, it's a World War II stuff.
Right. But
So,
it,
yeah, I mean,
it's out of the field.
Yeah, those are definitely the characters he digs.
Awesome.
So it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good week for comics, obviously, and there should be, I mean, come on. From superheroes to the independent publishers, there's been a lot that we've talked about, and plenty of stuff also that we don't cover that should get you pretty excited. So I think, all in all, pretty expensive, but, we're okay with that every once in a while. Good week from comics. So, I don't know. Is there anything else to add? Anything that we want to talk about? Well, Brian? Where can people spend a whole bunch of money on comics?
We're at Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road in Conway, Arkansas, right behind good old UCA.
Good old UCA. And remember, kids, trades are 25% off at the Conway Comics.
That is true.
Yeah. So, from nerdspan.com, we're going to go ahead and wrap up from nerdspan.com. I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
TJ McDonald was here, but he's not right now. So, he was here. Y'all have a good night, and don't spend too much money tomorrow. No, actually do. It's good for business.
What are you talking about?
I'm not. I'm sorry. Good night. All right.